Arsenal is taking on Everton at the Goodson's Park today. Match day live here onto the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having a fantastic stay onto this channel as you warm up for this beautiful game of football. Smash the like button, close to 300 likes. Don't forget to subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now we've also gone ahead to put up a vote section into the live chat. You can as well go and vote for who do you think is going to win this beautiful game of football. Is it going to end in a draw? Is Arsenal winning? Is Everton winning? All that into that side. I see very many Arsenal fans predicting that it's going to win, and 75% of that Arsenal side is calling in for a win of Arsenal down there. You can as well share us with your thoughts into the comment section below, the live chat below. And here we come to obviously bring you how Arsenal is lining up today. Arsenal is having David Raya. As I told you that Raya might obviously start for Arsenal because in the midweek, Arsenal is obviously going to play the Champions League, and Aaron Ramsdale might be in between the stages, as he really have told you. He really does that. I told you that if Ramsdale happens to start in this game, then David Raya will start in the middle of the week, because this is the reason that Mikel Arteta gave David Raya when we were signing him from Brentford, that when I bring you in, we are going to be playing 2 games a week and you're going to be getting your share of the games. Benny White, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Zinchenko, Rice, even Fabio Vieira is into the mix to start, and Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah. The bench has Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Jakub Kiwior, Jorginho, Havertz dropped, Trossard, Emily Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, and Gabriel Jesus. That's the bench of Arsenal and how they've gone ahead to line up today. And I think most Arsenal fans are really happy because Havertz has been dropped. But let me tell you the reason as to why he has not gone ahead to start him. He's one of the few players that Arsenal has that have gone ahead to have what we call vast Champions League experience. And trust me, he's going to start him in the midweek. Then we go to the lineup of Everton. Who have they brought to take on the side of Arsenal? Everton has Pickford in goal. They have Ashley Young, Tadowski, the captain. Brent Waite, who really had to pull out of the England under 21 international friendly because he had an injury, and then he is back. He was doubtful, but finally he's back. Mielenko is here, Onana, Ghana, Dokore, Danjuma, McNeil, and Beto. Those are the 11 players that Sean Dyche has gone ahead to name to take on the side of Arsenal. Then the bench has Virginia. They're having Patterson, Keane, Moise, I think is Keane, Godfrey, Ghana, James, Onyango, then Dobbin, Chamiti, Calvert-Lewin. And it's good to see that Calvert-Lewin is back onto the bench of this team because they've gone ahead to miss him big time at the club of Everton. So let's go to how these teams are obviously going to line up a little bit in here onto this channel, and that is how Arsenal is lining up. As I told you, Arteta has gone ahead to obviously stack himself onto the system of 4-3-3, and David Raya is in goal. As I told you, the reason as to why he's going to start, as I told you in the match preview, that if David Raya doesn't start today, he has to start in the midweek, because we are into the system where Arsenal is obviously going to be playing 2 games per week. And I tell you, Ramsdale is obviously going to start in the game of PSV in the Champions League. Then over the weekend, I think they're playing, is it Bournemouth? Then in the midweek, they'll be playing the Carabao Cup and David Raya will be coming between the stitches of Arsenal. Then Ramsdale will take on the mantle in the game of Tottenham Hotspur and the game of Man City. That is, and I think the midweek game they play in the Champions League away to Rennes, I think it will be David Raya. Ben White, right back. Zinchenko, left back. Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba playing into the central defense. The midfield three, Rice in the CDM area. Odegaard playing as a number 10 and Fabio Vieira playing as a second midfielder onto that field of play. And it shows you exactly how things are obviously moving on at the club of Arsenal. That Fabio Vieira finally gets his first start of the season at Arsenal, and I know Arsenal fans are really excited about this change made by the manager Mikel Arteta, because it's one of those they've gone ahead to call in for a very, very long time, and it has finally been delivered. Bukayo Saka, right forward. Martinelli, left forward, and Edin Nketiah leading the line. The two players I never expected to start is Edin Nketiah, because I believe Jesus was going to have to get in some minutes. But after the pre-match presser of Arsenal versus Everton, Arteta said that Jesus needs to be given time to obviously come back to field fitness, and it looks like he's preparing Edin Nketiah to obviously be ready for the bench and have no reason to obviously give while he doesn't really start games, because he is really one of the most informed strikers in the Premier League. You know, he has played 4 games, 2 goals and 1 assist. So how can you obviously get rid of a player like that from your team, yet he's giving you the best of performances as the games really go on? So Edin Nketiah is in for Arsenal, and is going to have to give them the best they deserve as a team for Arsenal. So I really love it when a manager really kicks out from the favoritism zone. You know, however much Arteta is trying to insulate himself a lot, but I think this is the best insulation for him to do. But there is a very big question on this substitution, on this lineup is going to have to make. If Fabio Vieira thrives, I was going to have to thrive in the entire season of Arsenal ever since they started, then the big question is, won't this be increasing pressure onto the side of Kai Havertz? Because Kai Havertz is being played out of position. He's just learning to play into that midfield. We know to it that his best position is like playing next to the forward, like putting him into that Martin Odegaard role. But he has not gone ahead to put in those performances that Arsenal fans have always gone ahead to get pleased. Arsenal fans are disgusted about the player. They believe it was a very wrong signing, but Arteta wants to make it work. So Fabio Vieira comes in through, and if at all Fabio Vieira really keeps in the performances has been putting up in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers, the game of Fulham where he put up 2 assists, game of Manchester United he registered another assist. So he has 3 assists in that jersey of Arsenal this season, having played just 4 games and off the bench. And for the very first time, the manager Mikel Arteta is going to have to reward him with a start, and I think it's obviously going to work well into the direction of Arteta. Let's go to how the team of Everton is lining up, because we know they are going to park a bus and try to hit Arsenal on the break. Pickford is in between the stitches, and Mykolenko is playing as a right back, Young left back, meaning that Gabriel Martinelli is going to face Mykolenko, and Bukayo Saka is going to face Ashley Young. Won't it be a massacre? Because Bukayo Saka has just been pocketed by Diego Dallo in the game they played against Man United. But you really anticipated that against Young, he might really get a very good goal past him. But don't underestimate the experience that Young has in this beautiful game of football for a very long time. At Aston Villa, Man United, Inter Milan, and then at Everton. Then Tarkowski, right-sided centre-back, and is the man who scored against them last time when they really had to play. And Brathwaite, obviously coming in through to play on the left side of central defense. Then the double pivot of Idrissa Gueye and Andre Onana to face the likes of Odegaard and Declan Rice. Then McNeil, left-footed player, right forward. and Groeneveld left forward, Dokore and Beto playing. Dokore is going to play in the midfield alongside Gueye and Onana. Then Beto is leading the line for the side of Everton. So we wait and see how Arsenal suppresses this team, but you obviously understand that Arsenal is coming into this game of football when almost everyone is going to hate to win his games. And what Arsenal have to do is simple. They have to obviously get to where they deserve to be by winning this beautiful game of football, because teams like Liverpool and Spurs have gone ahead to win their games over the weekend, and they're having 13 points, 2 points behind Man City. And if I told you a title contender like Arsenal, you wouldn't like to be at any point behind the team of Chelsea, and you need to bring in your A game to where it deserves to be. Now, if Arsenal win today, they have a chance to obviously go into the top 4 positions, depending on how many goals they are going to score. If Arsenal put like 4 goals past Everton, something that I believe can happen, but it's hard to predict like that. They'll having themselves slipping into the second position of the league. And with their next 3 games being Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspur and Man City, Arsenal has a chance to top the table before we go into the international break. That is it. If Arsenal wins the game against Man City, they win against Spurs, and they win against Bournemouth and Everton today, Arsenal will be in a position to top the table and get to where very many Arsenal fans want it to be. And I think we'll be seeing very many posts like the elephant back on top of the table, right? And they'll be there on merit, because they'll be like 1 point ahead of Man City. That is Arsenal for you. So Arsenal has the chance to obviously do the needful and win their games. And by winning their games, that will offer them the best that they desire as a team of Arsenal. So for my case, I really believe Arsenal is really having an edge over this game, but they need to do what they've never done before to see to it that they obviously put in a shift for this team, as Everton has gone ahead to obviously cause lots of havocs to the side of Arsenal for the previous times they've gone ahead to play there. The previous 2 times I remember very well, Arsenal visited the Goodson's Park, was the season of 2021-2022. Arsenal was beaten by 2-1, and after that, the previous season, 2020-2023, Arsenal was beaten by 1-0. Tadowski came in through and put in a shift that gave Arsenal a very long day, and they couldn't obviously score. But people just remember only that goal that was scored. But Calvert-Lewin, throughout the day, was disturbing that central defense of Arsenal. He was disturbing it all day long, and he would have gone ahead to score very many goals. And Onana missed out on a sitter, so it was not an easy job to do. But with Arsenal having Declan Rice in that midfield, it gives them a different vibe altogether, and they know that they're a different team altogether. Though that puts a lot of pressure onto Arsenal as a team, because coming into a season when you're being tipped as a favorite to win the league and obviously take on Man City, it is something different. And when you look at the levels at which Liverpool played yesterday, having gone 1 goal down and leveling the 53rd minute and pulling 2 on to make it 3-1, it shows you how much energy Arsenal have to put in to obviously register these wins that are obviously being called in for by the people at the club of Arsenal. So smash the like button close to 40 times, because we're having 40 people watching in through. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm having Cosmas is calling in for an Arsenal win. I know Arsenal really have an upper hand for winning this game of football, but let's respect Everton. Arsenal fans, put a little bit of respect for Everton, because it has gone ahead to torment you here a lot. But all I know, Arsenal is a more deadly team. You know, last season, Arsenal never had a very good bench. But this season, Arsenal is one of the teams that really has a very good bench. When you look at their bench, you'll obviously get to know that Arsenal is a force to reckon with as far as winning the trophy, all competing for the trophy this season is concerned. Ramsdale on bench, Tomiyasu, Jakub Kivio, Jorginho, Kai Havertz, Trossard, Emily Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, and Gabriel Jesus. Guys, look at that lineup of Arsenal and tell me it cannot really get 3 points there, especially the bench. I told you, I support Man United, and we lost the game of Arsenal because Arsenal had a better bench than Manchester United. For United, the best player they could get off the bench was Rasmus Højlund. Evans, Harry Maguire followed in, and Alejandro Garnacho. But for Arsenal, they brought in Fabio Vieira, Gabriel Jesus, and Tomiyasu. So it shows you that for this game, Arsenal really has lots of players, all lots of buttons to press to obviously win this game of football and obviously increase the intensity if at all the manager feels like something is wrong. Even when we want to close down the game when Arsenal really having a lead, Tomiyasu can be brought on, Jakub Kivio can be brought on, Jorginho can be brought on that midfield to obviously play double pivot with Declan Rice. If Arsenal is losing this game of football, they have Gabriel Jesus on the bench, they are having Reece Nelson, they're having Emily Smith-Rowe, they're having Kai Havertz on the bench. So Arsenal really have lots of weapons to unleash to Everton, and it's going to be so much shameful if at all Arsenal don't collect 3 points from this game. That's why I believe this game is going to be a 3-point win for the side of Arsenal. Then Kenneth Opio, Everton 1, Arsenal 3. We love you, bro. Right? Thank you very much. I also predicted a 3-1 win for Arsenal, but they might even keep a clean sheet because Arsenal is one of those teams we've known for keeping clean sheets for a very long time when they are playing away from home. That is known about them, and no one takes it away from them. That is Arsenal for you and the job they've gone ahead to do this season, the previous season, because this season they're going ahead to play one game away from home and Arsenal have gone ahead to win it. This is the second game Arsenal is playing away from home against Everton. As I told you in the match preview that Arsenal needs to rectify its huge mistake of losing to Everton last season because it's one of the games that obviously costed Arsenal the trophy. If Arsenal had gone ahead to win against Everton, it would have gone ahead to put Arsenal in a better position to win the trophy and obviously compete with Man City. Even when they reached a time of playing Man City and they lost by 4-1, that wouldn't have gone ahead to matter because the games that really gave away the trophy to Man City were they lost to Everton, a draw, sorry about that, a draw with Brentford at Emirates, though Arsenal was rigged, you know. The goal of Ivan Toney was offside, but that calls in for Arsenal to score very many goals. The other one is the game of Southampton that ended 3-3. Now, when you add all those points that Arsenal lost, you know, 3 to Everton, 2 to Brentford, and 2 in the game of Southampton. Those are how many points? Those are 7 points. Give Arsenal those 7 points, they end the season with 91 points. You understand? Meaning that they would have gone ahead to put in a battle that would have gone ahead to help them. There is a game of West Ham. Arsenal scored 2 goals ahead, and they ended up drawing that game. You know, Bukayo Saka missing a penalty also, you know, to extend the lead to 3-1 in favor of Arsenal. So those are things that Arteta has to get right, and he needs to rectify. Already, Arsenal have gone ahead to make a huge mistake of drawing with Fulham. Yet last season, they went ahead to beat Fulham at that stadium. So to rectify all that, they need to obviously beat Everton hands down, and obviously it is that they obviously get this game to where they want to be. Then Diane Kabaletse, today is the day to break the Goodson Park curse. Obviously, if you are going to win the trophy or to be into the title race, all you need is to obviously call in for what we call this winning system, and obviously turn those curses into blessings and obviously win the beautiful game of football. And we think Arsenal is going to win. Even on Google, I've seen Arsenal being given close to 70% percentage to win the beautiful game of football. Then Atalieba David, 0 Arsenal, 0 Everton, 3 Arsenal. Obviously, I know that Arsenal have gone ahead to keep clean sheets away from home, and they can come in through and obviously win the game of football today. Then we are having Neto Santo, Arsenal 3, Everton 1. All right. Thank you very much for watching through. Then I'm having Ngonzi David. It's 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. That is Ngonzi David. Kayanga Jackson, Everton 0, Arsenal 3. That is it. Kizha Maxman, 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. Thank you very much for watching it through. Then there is Kayanga Jackson TV Uganda. Thank you, bro, for the great analysis. Cherop Alex, catching up you live in my beautiful town, Kapchora. Rokani, thanks for the show. All right, thank you very much for watching through. Kandole Jackson, Arsenal forever, 3-1 in favor of Arsenal. And smash like button, guys, because we're here to obviously know what your thoughts are. I've seen Mikel Arteta talking to Sky Sports, and let me try and go that side and see what Arteta had to say about this game of football between Arsenal and Everton. For your information, the side of Chelsea is going to hate to draw another game, right? They're going to hate to draw another game, and it has ended 1-1 with Brentford in there for you. So, as it stands, Arsenal need to close down onto what we call the wings, because that wing of McNeil has gone ahead to cause very many problems to the side of the opponents they've gone ahead to face as the team. Now, Theo Walcott has said the following to Sky Sports as far as this game of football is concerned. He says, from the reflection of last year, it's a mirror image, to be honest. That's what they don't want. They don't end a relegation fight. They are going to be in one, which is sad for me to say. Sean Dyche's first game here was against Arsenal, and that was the catalyst for them to gain a bit of confidence. The fans live for the confidence, and they want to see a team with passion, hunger, and fight. Then he concluded and said they are going to be starved of the ball today, which will probably suit them. It might be a game he's looking forward to, because last year it was a good result for him. So obviously Arsenal is going to starve them from the ball. We all know that, and we just don't think that it's going to go the way Everton wants it to go. Arsenal is going to have the lion's share of the possession, and this time round they're having a team that has gone ahead to add a very huge engine in them, and that is a player called Declan Rice. Declan Rice has gone ahead to obviously put in the energy and the transformation in that midfield. And trust me, everything has gone ahead to obviously be known by Arsenal fans that Declan Rice's role was all about to bring what we call intensity in the midfield, and that intensity has been obviously going in through to do the needful for the club of Arsenal, and things have gone ahead to favor that side. Now, I'm having Creative Crew Films, Arsenal to win 1-0. Obviously, it might be that close. Cosmas Man, Arsenal man from Maracha, right now in Masaka. We are winning. All right, thank you very much for watching in Cosmos. Tebi Obashi, Arsenal 6, Everton 0. Can that result happen today? You know, you never say never in the game of football, but I don't see that result happening. That is it. I don't see that result happening, by the way, in favor of Arsenal. Luswata Simon, Arsenal win. Twinomu Juni Kiza Hilary Rokani, you know what you want when it comes to analyzing the game of football. All right, thank you very much. But Arsenal needs to really capitalize on its chances. That is it. You know, in games like this, Everton will park the bus and hit you on the brake. They are going to force in very many set pieces as they want, because they know they're having a lot of aerial presence, and that's a threat to the side of Arsenal. With Onana, Todowoski, Idrissa Gueye, and Okore, Calvert-Lewin onto the bench might come in through. They are going to capitalize so much onto the long balls and set pieces to threaten Arsenal. Even in the open play, they can obviously get that one off, you know, and hit Arsenal on the break, because Arsenal might obviously suffer the same thing they suffered against Man United when Eriksson interjected the pass of Kai Havertz, and obviously released Marcus Rashford, and Rashford went ahead to obviously kill it off. But in the games like this, all you need to do, have that ball, possess it, and make that possession make sense to your side. Because if your possession doesn't make sense to your side, then you're not going to walk away with the win that you desire as a team of Arsenal. Not so? So, to my own understanding, it's a game for Arsenal to win. If Arsenal don't win the game, they'll obviously find themselves losing it out on very many occasions. Then, Gabriel Jesus scored 8 Premier League goals against Everton, more than any other team he has faced, having also registered a goal or assist in each of the last 7 matches against Everton. That is really huge from Gabriel Jesus, and he's obviously ready on the bench to come in through and torment this side. Now, there is something I've gone ahead to read about Mikel Arteta on why he has gone ahead to go in for David Raya other than Aaron Ramsdale. This is what Arteta had to say. Arteta said that, I think I mentioned that we wanted a squad with 2 quality players in each position with different characteristics. We've got that now. To maximize that, they have to play games. We have a lot of games coming up now. It's the same with our players that we have rotated. They'll get a lot of game time in the next games. Now, this is evident that Arteta wants to try out and see how David Raya plays for the side of Arsenal. Is he going ahead to obviously give them a new different system altogether? Will he obviously do more ball possessions than any of these players that are really playing in for the side of Arsenal? You know, because David Raya gets you what we call a very good ball distributing goalkeeper, because Arteta has hinted about players having different characteristics, and obviously David Raya is one of those who really has different characteristics from Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale is a better shot stopper than David Raya, but David Raya, in a system like Arsenal that it plays, he can obviously help them a lot, like orientation of the ball, right? A reference every time Arsenal believes that they cannot obviously go through the midfield of Everton when the press is really huge. And when you're having Ben White, Saliba, and Zinchenko in your back four, those players are obviously very good ball playing players. That is it, and it's going to help them have that ball very many times and obviously get themselves to where they deserve to be. So for the side of Arsenal, I really want to hear that it's competition, and Arsenal have a reason to start David Raya today, as he's a goalkeeper who has not gone ahead to get any playing minute for Arsenal apart from the friendlies they played. But this time round, he has come in through and obviously gotten Arsenal to where they deserve to be. I know he can pull in those reflex saves, and he came in through promised by Mikel Arteta that game time is not going to be a problem for the side of Arsenal. But to me, the biggest highlight is going to be the guy, Fabio Vieira. And what has Arteta have to say for this change of Fabio Vieira coming in for Havertz? He said, we always try to put the best possible team to start the game, and then we have the finisher that, as of you, can see in every game. They are making a huge impact, and we believe that today was better to start that way, and we have a nice balance in the team. Now, the coming in of Declan Rice has given Arsenal lots of things to obviously do whatever they want, you know, because Arsenal found themselves in a position of not having a physical man in their game. Right now, they've gone ahead to bring in Declan Rice, and they can win all the midfield battles, you know, with Onana, with Dokore, with this other guy, Idrissa Gueye, you know. Now, everything has gone ahead to obviously give him what he deserves as a manager of Arsenal, and they're obviously getting to where they deserve to be. And that's why I said that Fabio Vieira has gone ahead to get a chance to start in this game of football, because the manager believes that they are going to win the physical battle in that midfield. And I think he has been on point, and that is one of the things that Arteta is going to have to stress, well, that let him start ahead of Kai Havertz. Now, Arteta says it's been 6 years since we won here at Goodson's Park, so it's a long time. We've been this position in other grounds, and we have managed to do it. But there is a point to prove, and it has to be on that field here. So, talking of other grounds, obviously they had taken long without winning at Spurs. Like, were they even 10 years? Because they had last won at Spurs in 20, I think 20, it was 2020, it was 2013, you know, it has 2013, 2014, it had come to a decade since Arsenal last won a game that side, and Arsenal found themselves winning a game that side, and they're really a happy team in there for you. Now, can they break the curse at Goodson's Park today? We are going to watch that game, and we're going to return when that game is done with a very well sorted match reaction as far as this game of football is really concerned. Then we go to Cherop Alex, Arsenal 2, Everton 0, Mawanda John Aradi. It's a draw for me, all right. And Kayanga Jackson TV, can you please update me on Julian Timber injury? Julian Timber, January, February. That's when you should expect him to return, latest match. Then Uganda X, Arsenal 4, then Everton 1. Now, let's end this poll and see how you guys have gone ahead to vote. 90% of the voters have called in for an Arsenal win. 6% have called in for an Everton win. And 3% have gone ahead to call in for a draw. Amutu Sunday, thanks for the show. The gift of life, may you live longer, bro. Thank you very much, and may God give you the gift of life too. And obviously, to every person that is viewing in right now, let's continue to obviously call for the God's intervention in all works that we do. For the Muslims, call for Allah to obviously find a solution for everything you do. I'm having Alan Molindwa calling in for a 3-0 win for Arsenal. I also go for me, I went for 3-1. I believe Arsenal winning this game 3-1, and they don't need to obviously lose this beautiful game of football. But never say never. The game of football has 3 results: a win, a draw, a loss, and it can happen to either sides. You know, a draw is to either sides. A loss can go to Arsenal or to Everton, and Arsenal can end up with a win, or Everton can end up with a win too. So that's what I had for you. Let's go and really prepare for that game. 6 minutes into the game. Let's wait it and see how it commences. But allow me end it here, and I'm going to return when the game is done with the match reaction. But guys, continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 18,000 subscribers on this channel before the end of this month, and continue to obviously smash that like button every time we are here, and hit the notification bell after subscribing, because every time you go live or upload a video, you guys will obviously be notified about our live sessions. I'm out, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu Fikum.